No one from a township should attend a mayor's conference. It's meant for mayors. That's what trustees are saying after a recent revelation involving Dalton, Illinois Mayor Tiffany Henyard. This development caught them by surprise, and now they're seeking legal counsel to figure out their next move. Today, we're diving into one of the most scandalous stories unraveling in suburban Chicago. It's a tale of alleged corruption, misuse of taxpayer money, retaliation, and now the FBI is involved. Yes, we're talking about Tiffany Henyard, the self proclaimed super mayor of Dalton, Illinois, who also holds the position of township supervisor for Thornton. If you follow the news lately, her name has been everywhere and for good reason. From flashy events to accusations of political bullying, this story just keeps getting juicier. It all started when rumors of Henyard's questionable activities began circulating, but no one could have predicted just how far it would go. For nearly 2 years, whispers of alleged corruption have been bubbling up, and now it seems like they've finally caught up with her. Business owners, village employees, and trustees are all speaking out, exposing what they claim is a tangled web of corruption and power grabs. The FBI has stepped in, and it looks like they're determined to uncover the truth. So, how did things go so wrong? Critics say Tiffany Henyard has been living large on the taxpayer's dime. We're talking lavish trips, spending on personal security, and allegedly pressuring local businesses to donate to her political campaigns. And it seems like the people of Dalton have had enough. Let's break it down, starting with how the FBI got involved. According to reports, business owners in Dalton have been facing challenges not because of the market, but because they didn't align with Henyard's political ambitions. One of the most notable cases involves Lawrence Gardner, who runs a U-Haul rental and trucking business in Dalton. Gardner says his business license was denied renewal simply because he refused to contribute to a civic event sponsored by Henyard. Gardner claims he was harassed by the Dalton police, and his business was even raided after he declined to donate. That's when Gardner took matters into his own hands and went to the FBI. But Gardner isn't the only one. Other business owners, like Dwayne Wood, who runs a local restaurant, believe they were also targeted. Wood's restaurant had been catering for some Dalton trustees who were opposed to Henyard, and now he can't get his business license renewed. Wood hasn't spoken directly with the FBI, but suspects his association with Henyard's political enemies is why his business is being blackballed. It doesn't stop there. Another lawsuit filed by George's Towing claims Henyard held up their business license for the same reason they wouldn't donate to her campaign. It's a small town scandal that feels like something out of a crime show, and people are demanding answers. Late last year, Henyard fired her chief of police without village board approval. The former chief, Robert Collins, has since filed a lawsuit against the village, and now the FBI has become more involved. Agents have been seen around Dalton Village Hall, interviewing witnesses, gathering evidence, and using electronic surveillance to investigate everything from political intimidation to financial mismanagement. The allegations of financial wrongdoing are mounting. Henyard is accused of misusing taxpayer money for personal travel, luxury accommodations, and overtime for her personal security detail. Hundreds of thousands of taxpayer dollars have allegedly been spent on her around the clock protection. And all this is happening in a small village like Dalton, which doesn't have endless resources to fund such extravagance. Trustees have been raising concerns about the village's budget for years, but it seems like their warnings were ignored. Now, with the FBI involved, there's hope that the truth will finally come out. Residents are furious, especially after learning about one of the most shocking incidents, a lavish trip Henyard and her entourage took to Las Vegas. Not only was the trip expensive, but it's also been reported that it wasn't strictly business related. There's even a lawsuit claiming Henyard retaliated against a former employee who spoke up about inappropriate behavior during the trip. The allegations of retaliation are serious. Henyard's former assistant and a police officer have filed a civil suit, claiming they were wronged by the village leadership. The details are still emerging, but it's clear this isn't the kind of attention a mayor under federal investigation wants. To make matters worse, Henyard vetoed a proposal that would have launched an internal investigation into her spending. She had the chance to clear her name by allowing a transparent review of her actions, But instead, she shut it down, raising even more suspicions. What is she hiding? The village trustees aren't backing down, though. They've made it clear that they plan to override her veto and get to the bottom of the financial mess. But so far, it's just more political drama unfolding at village meetings. At one particularly tense session, residents and trustees demanded answers. But instead of engaging, Henyard had a resident removed after they accused her of theft. That's not a good look when people already suspect you of corruption. As if things couldn't get worse, Dalton's financial situation has become so dire that the village's law firm has decided to drop them as a client. The firm, which was representing Dalton in nearly 20 lawsuits, sent a letter to the village saying they would withdraw due to non-payment of fees. The village, they say, simply can't pay its bills anymore, leaving them in even deeper trouble. So how is Henyard handling all of this? You might think she'd lay low or issue a public apology, but instead, she's been hosting lavish parties and acting as if nothing is wrong. Recently, she hosted an event called the Friends of Tiffany Henyard Picnic, complete with food giveaways, bounce houses, and skating. Trustees refused to fund the event, claiming it was a political rally in disguise. Henyard insists the money came out of her own pocket, but the timing is suspicious. One thing Henyard doesn't lack is confidence. At the picnic, she took the microphone and proclaimed her innocence, stating that she's never taken anything in her life and that she was chosen by God to lead the people. It's a bold statement to make while under federal investigation, but Henyard is sticking to her guns. Meanwhile, the people of Dalton are growing more frustrated by the day. Residents are calling for justice, with some even suggesting that the town forcibly remove Henyard and her team from office. Others are demanding that the FBI lock up everyone involved in what they believe is a widespread corruption scandal. And it's not just the residents who are upset. Dalton's firefighters have come forward, alleging that Henyard embezzled money from their retirement fund. Some firefighters are reportedly afraid to speak out publicly for fear of retaliation. This entire situation is a mess, and there's no telling how it will play out. With the FBI continuing their investigation and new allegations surfacing regularly, it's clear that Henyard has a tough road ahead. Dalton is watching, and so is the rest of the country. Whether Henyard steps down or continues to fight these accusations, one thing is certain: the truth will come out eventually. What do you think? Should Tiffany Henyard resign, or does she deserve a chance to clear her name? Could this be political sabotage, or is it time for Dalton to clean house? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this ongoing scandal. This story is far from over.